On the new Nigeria Electricity Act 2023 finish that conversation from last week. So today we are coming to continue that conversation, and I have my guests who was with us last week to still continue with us. A lot was shared, and some of you reached out with your questions to talk to me on. So, all right, let's bring up my guests quickly because we're moving very fast. Anthony Ezeamama is an associate partner at Detail Solicitors. Anthony, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Good to have you back on the show. Today you're joining us via the phone lines, and thank you for making our time. We just want to quickly complete or conclude our conversation from last week. I got a lot of people asking questions from what we discussed. Someone reached out to me that, oh no, why didn't you finish? The time was short. So quickly, just a summary of what we talked about last week. We talked about the act, which you briefly explained what it means and some of the content of that act, and we went on to discuss some of the highlights of the act and all of that. So we sort of cut off at the point where we're trying to talk about how solar renewable energy comes into the mix and how we are going to maximize or leverage it. And so I want us to pick up the pace from there and talk about it. So tell us, part of the act, renewable energy, is sort of like you mentioned last week, has a full page to explain how it's going to play in our electricity mix. You want to quickly go on to share more with us on that?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wisdom, for that question. Now, what I'm going to say is that the new law, which is the Electricity Act of 2023, makes abundant provision on renewable energy.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, mandates the regulator, which is the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, to ensure that Nigeria offtakes a portion of its energy from renewable energy sources.
Okay.
Right. And it also goes ahead to mandate the Minister of Finance,
okay,
to create tax incentives for renewable energy generation in Nigeria. And in fact, the law says that the Minister of Finance is required to create those incentives upon the commencement of the law.
Okay.
So this is not just making a mere pronouncement.
Yeah.
There is compulsion on the minister to ensure that tax incentives are developed for players in the Nigerian electricity supply industry, which is very commendable.
So we with only 7 years left to meet up the 2030 SDG goals and sustainable development across the world. Do you think with this act now, Nigeria is on the path to fully actualize affordable energy for all?
For me, I must tell you that the President and the National Assembly did a very great job in ensuring that this law sees the light of the day.
Okay.
And I am a firm believer that this law is going to transform Nigeria's electricity industry to a more competitive market, right? As I said earlier, a lot depends on what the stakeholders are doing and their sincerity of purpose in ensuring that the dry letters of this law are given full effect to.
Okay.
So will this solve the problem? I'm very optimistic, yes, that this is going to help Nigeria achieve its energy goals.
All right. So the other underlying issues left, Ezeamama, and I want to put your thoughts on it. Now, there has been issues around tariffs. I don't know what and how this law will solve that. There's a long-standing issue around fair tariffs. How would this law solve it? This new Electricity Act of 2023, signed by President Tinubu, how will it solve this issue of tariffs? We still have this happening.
Okay. My answer to that will be this. I would say generally, nothing has changed so much in terms of tariff.
Okay.
But you now know that a state regulator is coming on board to assume most of the responsibilities currently being undertaken by NEC in the respective states.
Okay.
Which also includes tariff regulations. So I think this is one area states should put their house in order to attract investment in their states. So if you have states who have model tariffs that are not market friendly, right, you may see people gravitating towards states that have better tariff regime.
So there's a possibility we can see different states with different tariffs as it may apply.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
So it now behoves on the states to do their mathematics very well and make their states attractive for investment in terms of how they model their tariff regulations.
All right. I know you have a hard stop, so I have to let you go very soon. But I have one more question just to pick your thought on it. Now, we know first, like we explained last week, President Buhari, first of all, signed the constitutional amendment to allow states generate, transmit, and distribute electricity in the areas covered by the grid. And now this new Electricity Act signed by President Tinubu, sort of gives a broader scope of the electricity market. Should we expect any further law, or these two amendments are the magic wand we should be expecting to fix what the problems we have? Should we expect any more laws in the future that the market will still need?
So society is an evolving thing, right? Where we are today is definitely not where we are going to be in the next 10 years.
Okay.
So if things warrant us to also align ourselves with the future, I think the government should live up to that responsibility in terms of either amending laws or creating laws that are aligned with the future.
Okay.
That said, I think that this law is robust enough to cater for this need. And I will also say that the law goes further to provide for a transitional arrangement where the federal government and their licensees will transition into state licensees and agencies. So in terms of conflict, the law tries as much as possible to also limit the conflict between the federal agencies and the state agencies. And in fact, encourages a collaborative, what is called interinstitutional organization or something like that, where both the federal agencies and the state agencies can come together to align and deal with issues of conflict. You have similar arrangements in the tax space, where you have the joint tax board made up of the 36 state revenue agencies as well as the FRS, right, where they all come together to reach a common landing on issues affecting the tax space. So similar stuff was replicated in the Electricity Act. So in terms of conflict, I hope that forum will live up to its responsibility.
Thank you so much. I think that's a fine place to leave it so that I can let you go. Thank you so much for sharing your insight. We'll be keeping our eyes on this Electricity Act and how it is being implemented. I know I've had the Commissioner of Lagos one time on the show to tell us what Lagos is doing with the electricity policy in Lagos. Maybe we need to bring him back to hear from him how that is going and how that will affect the sector in Lagos. But Anthony Eze-Amama, thank you so much. Anthony is Associate Partner at Detail Commercial Solicitors, and he was one of those fine lawyers who worked the 9th Assembly and the Committee on Power to put together this fantastic Electricity Act that is being celebrated today. Anthony, thank you so much. We don't take for granted your time to share your thoughts with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wisdom.
Yes, this is Power Solutions, and we discuss everything power, like you know. And I thank my guest so much. He's been talking to me about the Electricity Act. We have some time to take some phone calls to hear from Lagos. What do you think about this new act that was passed by President Buhari, and how it's going to affect the market? And I'm most interested for how renewable energy is going to play in the mix of our electricity as it goes now. And a whole chapter was dedicated to renewable energy, solar, wind, and the likes of them. It means we are becoming really serious with what we want to do with power. And it is my wish that as this law begin to, decentralize to every state, we want to see power in every single home. But hey, I'm here to always help you guys. Why haven't you switched to solar? It's a question I always like to ask. And I know some people reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, and they still reach out to me. Oh, they're having power issues. They want solar. I don't know. Some people just don't want to switch. Well, why don't you want? Why you don't have lights? You're struggling with power. What happened? Why don't you want to use solar? You can see that even as a country, we are becoming very serious with how we are taking electricity, and even things like renewable energy and solar, alternative source of power. That shows a long way for where we are going to. And I want to help you, Nigerians. Why haven't you switched to solar? If you have switched to solar, congratulations. You want to call me and tell me how that is going for you, how you've been using it. I've had fantastic feedbacks over the years, over the months, and I've been on the show, people using solar in their homes. And somebody says, Wisdom, if you want to, how did he put it? The way he put that, say, if you want to have peace of mind, use solar. That since he started using solar for his home, he has had peace of mind. That's really interesting. All right, we have a caller on the call. Let me take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, can you turn down the volume of your radio set?
Yeah, down already. Oluwasegun calling from Lucky.
All right, talk to me. Do you use solar?
Yeah, first time of calling Nigeria Info.
Welcome.
Wow.
I don't need boy for you. Yeah, so tell us, do you use solar?
Yes, I use solar. I'm not really the electrical person, so I don't know how to expatiate it very well. But I know I use 2 plates with an inverter of 24 volts and controller, and it's been massive.
It's been massive.
24 hours light.
24 hours. Wow. Do you have normal light in your area though?
Yeah, we have light, but some days the light might went off, maybe due to 14 transformer and other stuff. So, but with my solar, I don't have any issue with light.
Oh God, I love that. Thank you so much for calling to share with us. We appreciate you. Thank you. Well done. Wow. He said, he's been using solar and it's been fantastic for him. Which is what I want to hear. Which is what I like to hear. We have another caller on the call. Let me take this call. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Power Solutions. Hello, good morning. Okay, maybe you want to call me back. Do you use solar? How is it working out for you? Do you want to switch to solar? I've been helping a few people in the last couple of weeks, connecting them to how they can switch to solar. They send me what they want to power with solar. I sort of try to support them and see how we can help them to make sense of what they want to use solar for and how to get the best product in the market and how to connect them to how to connect. One of these challenges people have said is, one, it is expensive, which is entirely not true. There are different solutions for you to switch. I want you to have light in your homes. Trust me. I'm sharing what works for me, and I hope it works for you. Okay, this is Power Solutions. My name is Wisdom. We have another caller now. We have room for a few calls before we round up the show. Hello, please turn on the volume of your radio set.
Yeah. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Favor. I'm calling from Apapa.
Okay, Favor, you have 30 seconds.
Yeah, actually, I've been using solar since 2019, up to date. But recently I experienced some challenges in the sense that, for some time now, the solar, it doesn't, reserve more energy again. Okay. You understand? So I found out from the engineer that came to install it from me. So he told me that I think that the battery has started cooling down. You understand?
Okay.
So I'm just being scared now, because my friend who bought some.
You know what? Just listen on the show. I will try to solve that problem so that I can give others time to call in. Also, but I hear you.
No, what I'm trying to do, I just want you to just advise me on which battery,
no problem.
Like dry cell or.
No problem. We have to. I get your question, but okay, because of time, you want to reach me. I know there are many questions you want to reach me. Send me a WhatsApp on 081 120 90862. Quickly, 081 120 90862. And we'll try to see how we can find some solutions for you, especially those of you that want to switch to solar. My name is Wisdom Chap Jumbo. This is Power Solutions. Power Solutions is powered by Allon Energy Impact Investment Company in partnership with your number one talk station, Nigeria Info. We are back next week, Monday at 11:30 with Solar Clinic. We'll answer all your power issues and see how we can provide solutions. This is Power Solutions. Until next week, you hear my voice again. See you.